guys, today we have an awesome wristwatch check. In today's world of popularity and the way the watch market is going, there's a lot of go-to watches that everybody gravitates to. But sometimes you have to take a look at the other side because there is always another watch that is being shadowed away because of this. And that is a perfect example with the Rolex reference 16570, the Rolex Explorer 2. That's a specific reference we're going to be looking at, but honestly, all the references across the board have the same thing going on. Everybody wants a polar dial, and nobody cares for the black dial. So I'm going to have an unpopular opinion for today's video, because in my opinion, the Rolex reference 16570 with the tritium dial looks so much better in the black than it ever will in the polar. With that being said, let's turn the camera around and take a closer look at the black dial 16570 and see if I can also change your mind on what is the more beautiful watch when it comes to a tritium dial Rolex Explorer 2. So again, when it comes to the Explorer 2, everyone would rather have a polar dial over a black dial. I do get it though. There are not a lot of sport models out there that have white dials when it comes to the Rolex brand. In today's market, it's either going to be a painted dial Daytona for tens of thousands of dollars or a polar dial Rolex Explorer 2. And honestly, even for myself, I've shielded away from the black dial Explorer 2s when it came to sourcing watches for the vintage watch shop for that specific reason. A lot of dealers were telling me it's just not worth it and they wouldn't sell quick. However, in the beginning of the year, I chose to switch things up for the business and I chose to go for amazing quality and condition Rolexes. And also, I really wanted to focus on sourcing watches for the vintage watch shop and watches that I truly loved. So I took a look at the Rolex reference 16570 and I wanted to pick up a black dial because it's something I've always wanted to do. And let me tell you something, this black dial Explorer 2 does not disappoint by any means. For me, with a tritium lume, I actually would choose the black dial over the white dial any day. So please hear me when I say this. If you have ever been interested in purchasing a black dial Rolex Explorer 2, but have shied away from the idea because everyone else is saying if you get an Explorer 2, it has to be a polar dial. Please don't let them persuade you. Specifically, the black dial, reference 16570 from the early 90s, like this one, with tritium lume and in the right condition, is a stunning piece. And because of that red GMT hand and the tritium lume itself, it has so much presence on your wrist and it truly feels like a sports watch. Now, if after this video you are tempted to purchase one, sadly this 16570 has already sold. But I can promise you I will be hunting for one as clean in condition as this one so I can make it available for you guys. And if you are looking for one, please feel free to reach out because it would be a pleasure to help you source the perfect Rolex Explorer 2 or any watch a matter of fact for your collection. But this was just a quick rant on the black dial Explorer 2. Don't shy away from pulling the trigger on one just because everybody else says to go for a polar dial, because this watch has totally changed my perspective on the Explorer 2 and I'm loving every single bit of a tritium black dial Rolex Explorer 2 reference 16570, and I hope you do too.